Okay.
Okay, I'm going to slice fine. The finer you slice, the easier you'll find your chopping will be. Okay, which part of the blade am I using for slicing? Okay, the tip. And when you're cutting, you notice by this hand, what is the position? Your thumb and your last finger tuck in. Your thumb and the last finger don't come an extra. Go and stick. Once you have sliced it, you want to chop it, right? So how you gonna do? Chopping, use which part of the knife?
The back.
Chopping, you always use the back of the knife. Okay? And you chop your knife parallel to you. Okay? One hand on the base here and the tip here. Support it. And the other one, move up and down. Pick it up. Make sure you have your tray or your plate or whatever, your container is ready. Okay? And then you transfer it. Please don't go and drag your finger across the blade. Okay? In order to mince shallot, you cut in half. Okay? Cut in half. I want you to cut this downward motion first. Don't cut it all the way through. Don't cut it all the way through, okay? Put it down using your small knife. You do it. Also, don't cut it all the way to the end. Okay? Then, do the same. You can use your big knife also if you want to do it in your big knife. Okay, just break down into smaller pieces. Okay, and then start chopping it, mincing it into finer. Okay, same thing. You have the head and you have the root. Alright? You need to identify the head and the root. Okay? In order to chop the onion correctly. Okay? For chopped onion, you need to cut the onion into half. Okay? I was trained to do it this way. Okay? That means you do a vertical cut. Make sure the top, you hold it firm. Don't cut it all the way through. Okay? And then you Okay? Okay, normally the end will keep for mirepoix or stocks and sauces. Okay, if your chop is not fine enough, your chef asks you to chop finer, or I want a finer chop, I will go through the same thing, the same motion a few times, and then that's it. Okay, depending how fine, how coarse the chop, depending on what you're cooking. Okay, depending on what you're cooking. But generally, we want a medium grain one. We do not want it to be too chunky. Okay, unless we want minced onion, then we ask you to chop further. Okay. Doing this, which some of you might struggle with, or will struggle with, okay, I do it this way. Okay, I stand it up, the head, this is the head, I stand it up, my palm on the board, okay, supporting. Okay, I cut down, but I don't cut all the way. Just like what I did with the shallot, if you all notice. Okay, okay, and then back to the original position, I do the same. Okay, and then what? This way, right? And I cut it this way. Okay, for me that's a safer method rather than doing this way. Okay, so I leave it up to you all which way you all want. Onion into half. The root, right? Remove the root with a V cut. Okay? With a V cut, remove the root. You can use your small knife if you want. Okay? Make sure you follow the line. You see onion got the grain, right? This is called the grain. When you are slicing onion, you need to follow the line. Okay? Reach halfway already. Just go it down. Okay, just go down like that. We do the same. Okay, slice onion. Okay, why do we need to follow the line?
Easier.
Okay, you need to crunch it up. Okay? And you just slice it first. Okay? And then after that you chop. When you chop herbs, please make sure you use the slicing motion. Don't press. Okay? What happens when you press? The cell wall will break, and then the juice will come out, right? Okay, that's all for chopped parsley. Bétonnet. Okay, let's put it there. Can somebody tell me the dimension for bétonnet? Okay. 60 is how many cm? Okay, so what you do is you measure first. The 6 cm is the length, right? Okay? Another trick. The next one, you don't need a ruler already. Okay, the next one, you just use the other one to guide you. Then this end, use for what? Stock your head lah. If you got,
The other.
can be used for stock lah. If I ask you to only cut betonet. If I ask you to cut dice, you can use this. Remember, another good thing is cut down your wastages. Okay? Cut down your wastages. Okay? So the next thing you do is you need to, because it's rolling, right? And you eventually need to get a cube, right? A square. Okay? Trim off one side, stabilize it, down. Okay? This one, keep for stop. You everything also stop, right? Okay, now, what's the dimension for the sides?
6.
6 mm. Okay? Cut straight down. Okay? Eventually, you can use the one on the side. Okay? Next, also 6, right? Okay? Betonet. You can see how I use the previous carrot to guide my next few carrots. Okay, but of course initially you will find it very difficult because carrot is a hard vegetable. And a lot of you, what will happen is when you're cutting straight down like this, a lot of you will cut straight at first and then after that crooked. Or cut straight at first and then after that go in. Okay, so your knife control has to be all the way straight right from the start. If not, you will find your carrot like that or like that, slanting. Okay, so this is, I'm going to preempt you lah. This is basically what you'll be facing. Okay, so betonet. Okay, from betonet. From betonet, I can cut into what dice? Huh?
Julian.
No. From betonet, check your notes. From betonet, I can cut to small dice, right? What is the dimension for small dice? So it shares the same dimension as your betonet. You understand? Your betonet is 6660, right? Alright? So if you cut into dice, okay, you can cut betonet. From betonet, you can cut into dice. Okay? Small dice. Okay, after betonet is what? Julian. What's the dimension for Julian?
4 times 4 times 4.
short ah? You sure not? Okay, actually Julian can be 60 also ah. If you want a longer Julian, or even 50. Okay? So I will cut it. Okay, we'll keep it the same. 60. Same thing. Measure. Square off your carrot. Okay? Your julienne should be like your matchstick. Okay, your matchstick size. Okay, julienne. My julienne I can cut into what dice?
Brunoise.
Your Brunoise? Not fine ah. Fine is 2. Okay, Brunoise. Watch how I hold the carrot ah. Okay, you notice when I'm doing fine cuts, my finger I don't tuck in anymore. Your finger you only tuck in when you're holding big vegetable. Okay, when you're trying to do fine cut, you don't go in like that. Okay, how you going to cut fine? Okay? Okay, so from julienne, I can cut into Brunoise. In order to check whether your knife cut is okay or not, okay, you can actually look this way. Okay? You choose all the nice square ones. Okay, the first cut I normally reject. If you want a very precision cut, okay, you start from the second, third, and then the final cut also I normally don't use if I want a very nice Brunoise. Okay. So, to find Brunoise how? Find Brunoise. So this is fine julienne. Okay? Fine julienne. Fine julienne. Okay, and fine brunoise. Okay? What Bruno? Yeah, garnishing. Okay, daikon. Okay, you need to keep your knife at a 45 degree angle. Okay, a slant cut down. Okay, you turn your vegetable 90 degrees. Okay, from here. Okay, from here you turn 90 degrees, you cut. Okay, from here you turn 90 degrees, you cut. Exactly, that's what I say lah. But make sure, okay, but make sure it's all the same size. Okay, what most of you will be facing is some of you will get very wide cut. That means you angle your knife too much. Some of you will get very, very blunt cut. That means you don't have enough angle for your knife. So you must maintain a 45 degree angle and you roll your vegetable 90 degrees. Okay? This is your oblique cut. Very simple. Okay, for mirepoix. Mirepoix, what is mirepoix? A combination of what? Three vegetables. Onion, how many percent?
50.
Carrot, celery? 25. Very good. Okay. Huh? 2:1:1. Okay? Okay. How big the mirepoix depends on what you're cooking. If you're cooking a very big pot of stock, a huge pot of stock, your mirepoix can be bigger. Okay? If you're making a very small pot of stock, your mirepoix can be smaller. But normally mirepoix, you can either use oblique cut or you can just cut it into chunks. Okay, that means you cut into quarter. Just like this, okay? It's fine. Then your onion. I'm talking about your normal pot of stock. Your normal pot of stock. Okay? You can cut into like this. Okay? 50. 25. Celery. Okay? Okay? Depending on the ratio and on the stock and things like that. Very easy in Mirepoix. Okay, you take a piece of string. Okay. Make sure you tie it tight. You're not supposed to have the blue thing. Okay? Okay, Gandhi.